Well, everybody, that's it. That's all the speakers we have for you. But I want to close with one more TED Talk, and this is Matt Cutts, and he's going to talk to you about trying something new. Don't leave right before the talk. I have something else to say to you, and then you can leave. But I think you'll really enjoy this talk.
A few years ago, I felt like I was stuck in a rut. So I decided to follow in the footsteps of the great American philosopher, Morgan Spurlock, and try something new for 30 days. The idea is actually pretty simple. Think about something you've always wanted to add to your life and try it for the next 30 days. It turns out 30 days is just about the right amount of time to add a new habit or subtract a habit, like watching the news, from your life. There's a few things that I learned while doing these 30-day challenges. The first was, instead of the months flying by forgotten, the time was much more memorable. This was part of a challenge I did to take a picture every day for a month, and I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing that day. I also noticed that as I started to do more and harder 30-day challenges, my self-confidence grew. I went from desk-dwelling computer nerd to the kind of guy who bikes to work for fun. Even last year, I ended up hiking up Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. I would never have been that adventurous before I started my 30-day challenges. I also figured out that if you really want something badly enough, you can do anything for 30 days. Have you ever wanted to write a novel? Every November, tens of thousands of people try to write their own 50,000-word novel from scratch in 30 days. It turns out, all you have to do is write 1,667 words a day for a month. So I did. By the way, the secret is not to go to sleep until you've written your words for the day. You might be sleep deprived, but you'll finish your novel. Now, is my book the next great American novel? No, I wrote it in a month. It's awful. But for the rest of my life, if I meet John Hodgman at a TED party, I don't have to say, I'm a computer scientist. No. If I want to, I can say, I'm a novelist. So here's one last thing I'd like to mention. I learned that when I made small, sustainable changes, things I could keep doing, they were more likely to stick. There's nothing wrong with big, crazy challenges. In fact, they're a ton of fun, but they're less likely to stick. When I gave up sugar for 30 days, day 31 looked like this. So here's my question to you. What are you waiting for? I guarantee you the next 30 days are going to pass whether you like it or not. So why not think about something you have always wanted to try and give it a shot for the next 30 days? Thanks.
It saddens me to say goodbye to you guys, actually. This is the conclusion of Meredith's very first TEDx event. And I want to say thank you to a lot of people who have made it possible for us. So first, I'm going to start with our sponsors, including Convocation Committee and John Kinchelow. We wouldn't have been able to do it without some funding from them, as well as the Environmental Sustainability Initiative and Dr. Aaron Lindquist. And of course, the Student Activities Fund also funded us. And some of our sponsors include Brugger's. You got bagels from Brugger's, Larry's Beans, coffee from them, and Bucci. You just had some delicious kombucha as well as Empowered Ideas. I don't know if any of you have checked out our website, but it's sponsored by Empowered Ideas. It's a wonderful website. Your boxes are from Scrap Exchange, and Grassroots Press gave you the notebooks, and actually Barnabas Media helped us with all of the setup here. So without those sponsors, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off, and it's been a real team effort, which brings me to our next point of thanks, and that's our team. And I'm not going to name everybody because I'm going to forget some people, but without people like Caitlin and Aura and Jackie and another Kristen and Bill and especially Stephen, we wouldn't have been able to put this together. So I'd like to give them a round of applause too. So you have some things left in your box. You guys still have the boxes, right? You didn't throw them away. So there should be a gear, a box of seeds, or a bag of seeds, and a bag of dirt. You have those, right? Okay, so you're probably wondering what you're going to do with those things, right? So with some exchange of ideas and partnership with Dr. Schwab and Bill and myself and some supplies from the biology department and the greenhouse, we have created for you a little ecosystem. And we want you to split the dirt. The instructions are on your program, actually. And use your plastic box as the growing box. And the top of your box can go under and become the saucer that will hold the water. You have mustard seeds and chia seeds. And we gave you 2 different seeds because there are 2 different sides of the box. And we'd like for you to consider how seeds grow differently, different plants, and extrapolate that into different ideas are going to grow differently, and different ideas are going to germinate at different times. You're going to take stuff away from today, and you're not really going to think about it, all of it, at once. And in a couple of months, something might dawn on you, and you might say, oh my God, that's from TEDx, and that would make me happy, and that's what I want for you. So I want you to go home and try to mull over what happened today. And if you find something really fascinating, tweet us, Facebook us, let us know. And I think that you'll really benefit from this in a couple of months. So thank you, and thanks for coming to TEDx.